Hello and welcome back everybody to another Gunpla review video. Today we're going to be tackling the very cool Master Grade SD Gundam Barbatos. Now this is a kit I've had in my collection for a little while now and I just haven't really found the right time to really put it together. But recently I got a pair of new markers that I will be showing later in the video that I wanted to test out, and I thought it would be a really cool opportunity to use it on this kit. Now, this kit is a Master Grade SD, meaning that it uses the super deformed format that we know normally, but with the added flair and twist of Master Grade levels of intricate detail and design and engineering. So what this gives you is a kit that's looking more on the chibi and deformed side, but you're also getting that really nice Master Grade level build, and also there is a sense of just more completion to it, because this kit doesn't have any color correcting stickers at all. So everything that the kit basically needs is already molded in the color that it comes in. Now when it comes to the inner frame of this kit, what can I say? It's so cool. It's got that Iron-Blooded Orphans flair to it, where it's got this kind of skeletal, sort of very engineered look, where it's got, you know, all the bits where it's, you know, necessary to have. And, you know, you've got the Ahab reactor, the pistons, you've got moving grates, and it honestly just helps to add this kind of sense of it being a real machine that was built and engineered. And I love it. Now, when the Barbatos is all said and done, it looks amazing. I honestly struggle to tell which one I prefer more, the Master Grade that we got a few years back, or this kit. And it's hard to say really, because this kit looks phenomenal. And a lot of that goes down to the surface detail that Master Grade SD gives you. And just the general proportions as well help to, you know, add a nice sense. Now these are the markers I used for my Barbatos build. I used the gold and the reddish copper color that was also included inside for the pistons, and it came out looking spectacular. As you can see, the gold has a really nice finish, and I used it on all the yellow parts on this kit, but also using the copper part on the internal piston down below, which made it kind of look like the Metal Robot Damashi version, which I thought was pretty cool. Now, in general aesthetics, this kit looks really awesome, and like I said, it's like you compress a Master Grade into this small package and you're getting a lot out of it. And honestly, I can't fault this kit for really pretty much anything, except for just a few things I'll mention later on. Now, when it comes to the articulation of this beast, I gotta say, I'm really impressed. Now, when it comes to the head, the side-to-side rotation can be a little bit limited out to the sides, but that is nothing that should be of your concern, because it gets a good up and down as well. And I feel like the engineering with a massive head like this, you'd expect it to be quite limited, but no, they actually managed to engineer it in a way where you got a really nice clearance looking down, and you've got a really nice clearance looking up as well. It's not super high, but it is what it is. Now, there is a second joint at the base of the neck that allows it to pivot the neck forward, which I like. Moving on to the just arms now, and beginning with the shoulders, they move up pretty just normal kind of rotation and movement, and it allows you about 90 degrees clearance for the arm off the ground. And a cool thing that this does is that this has like a awesome like splitting mechanic in the shoulder that's, I'm not sure where it really comes from, but you know, it's a cool design feature nonetheless. Now, when it comes to the rotation of the arm, you're going to get a nice 360 degree spin, and you get no limit whatsoever. You're also going to get a 360 degree spin at the upper arm, which I have to say is a tiny bit loose out of the box. So I just put a little bit of joint thickener that way that it would spin a little bit better. And I feel like it just helps to, all in all, hold the kit together a little bit. Yes, that piece went flying, but really cool. This piston actually works within the shoulder. Same thing with the original Master Grade. And you get a really nice bend at the elbow. Now when it comes to the fingers, this is a normal thing for the Master Grade SD line, as we saw with the Freedom that came before. This has the 3-finger and 1-finger and thumb sort of setup when it comes to the hands. And it has a little tab in the center that allows it to connect to the weapons. You're going to get good rotation out of the full arm, and it is connected via ball joint at the wrist. And all in all, I really like these hands on the Master Grade SD, and I feel like it really feels like you're not going to really break it. Now with the hips are awesome on this kit. You're going to get a good amount of rotation out of it, but be careful not to scratch it or to bend the side skirts, because they can pop off if you pull too much. Now arching to the back, that is a ridiculous back arch that just feels amazingly engineered in a way where it's just wow. Now when it comes to the front, you're going to get a nice crunch to the front as well. I'm still just shocked about that kind of articulation. Now when it comes to the front skirts, they are going to move quite a bit to the front, and the side skirts, they don't really pull out too much to the side, but they do rotate 360 degrees, which allows you to get some leg clearance. Now the back skirts, they are articulated as well. They don't move that far out to the back, but what you get is pretty much all you're going to need. Now when it comes to the actual legs, I love that they've added the hip dropping mechanism that allows the legs to have more clearance and to be able to move a lot more. But I must preface, please be careful when pulling down, because there is a sort of action base joint in the bottom of it that can be popped out. Now that leg clearance allows you to get basically the splits, although a little bit limited because of the knee out to the front, but still really good. I find that the design was done in a way where it's also really nice out to the back, where you get that kind of little gap in the back armor that allows it to just pull out a decent amount to the back. Now in terms of the actual leg articulation, you're going to get a really nice bend at the knee, which is a really deep bend as long as you clear out that sort of back skirt area. Now what's really cool is that the knee on this moves, and it shows some of the actual inner frame underneath it, and I find that's just a really nice feature that this kit has. Moving down onto the feet, they have the kind of like front armor that can pivot just back and forth, and it's got the kind of drum barrel sort of foot pivot that the Master Grade also has, and this does have articulated toes. They can pull up, and you can get them pointing upwards. They don't point downwards though. The foot itself does though. That will actually pull to the front, and you might be able to get some kind of like tiptoe poses on the Barbatos, and it is really articulated in a really nice way, as well as this sort of back section that kind of moves up. It's not necessary, but you know, you've also got the back thruster for the Barbatos that also pivots, and you've also got the kind of detaching mechanism that the backpack has, where it's got the kind of sub arms that hold onto the weapons, and that is pretty much the same as with the Master Grade. And I honestly feel like these ones might be a little bit better than the Master Grades because of just the general sturdiness behind them. And what can I say, the articulation on this kit is pretty much phenomenal, and I just personally have enjoyed building this kit and kind of just playing around with it as well. Now moving on to the actual accessories that this kit comes with, you're not going to get really many. You're going to get the smooth bore gun that it usually comes with, the actual mace that Barbatos is always wielding, And you're going to get the katana as well, which also comes with a little adapter for the backpack that allows you to connect the mace to the back and the sword to the back, which I find is just a nice inclusion. Taking a closer look at the weapons, the smooth bore gun it's got a really nice design, and it's got the kind of handle where it's attached to a ball joint instead of a regular sort of just C-clip joint into a bar, which gives you nice like articulation that's going to give you a solid grip on it when you're posing the kit. Now this does fold away like the actual Master Grade does as well to store it, which I just love that feature. It's just a feature that's always been my personal favorite when it comes to that. Now the mace itself might look pretty just normal and just what it usually does, but if you pull out the pile bunker, the mace splits and it kind of opens up in this kind of more jagged, sort of sharp, menacing looking way, which I find is pretty cool. So this kit can just pose up a storm, and it looks phenomenal while doing so. As you've been seeing, I don't have any LEDs in this kit, but the clear parts in this kit are UV reactive. And that means you're going to get a really nice finish, say if you have anything fluorescent or maybe you've got any blue lights or anything on the display, and you're going to get a really, really nice looking finish. So my final thoughts on this kit. This kit is just awesome and I highly recommend picking it up. It is one of the best Master Grades I have built, honestly. And that's not just saying because it's a Master Grade SD, it's just a really good Master Grade. So I just want to say that the yellow parts are painted and there are no lights, and this is just a panel lined kit. That's all the alterations done to it. Now, I just want to say thank you for coming and watching, and be sure to check out any of my other videos. A subscribe would really help me out, a like, comment, any sort of engagement with the video, and share with your friends as well who might be interested in, you know, these model kits or is getting into the hobby. I have a lot of stuff in my backlog that I want to get through, and I'll be posting them on my channel, and I hope to see you guys really soon and to maybe hear some of your opinions on kits that you may like and any recommendations that you may have. So I just want to thank you guys and peace.